Yeah, it's your boy Gruff here, back with another video, and today I got a special video for you guys, man. Today we're back with the Tournament Power Season 116 Best Teams Guide. We're going to talk about the best teams for this season. Like I said, during fall, I don't know when they're going to introduce the new update to TOP, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be in November, around the time LegendsNEWZ starts, when they're going to change the Tournament Power entirely. So we got to just make sure we grab as much CC as possible and save for LegendsNEWZ. LegendsNEWZ is literally like a month and a half away. So if you guys enjoy these type of videos, subscribe to the channel. We're going to talk about the best teams in terms of the S tier, Z tier boost. And yeah, I feel like there's some new teams that I can actually introduce now based off some new characters. And let's get straight on to the video. So we're going to talk about the equipments and then let's get straight into it. All right, so for the best Tournament Power equipments, we're going to go to the Rare Metal Exchange Shop to TOP tab. And the best ones that I recommend is this iron equipment. This one goes for base health. I know it has one slot, but base health is really amazing for survivability. You know, that's the whole point of the mode. The second one, this is the best equipment throughout TOP, is explosive class, a double offense with base health, but the only issue is you need to have that unit 7 stars or higher for it to be able to be applied to that character. And then the third best equipment, it depends on the character's battle style. So if they melee, this one; if they range, this one; defense, this one; and support. If you don't have this, if you have a character that's like 5 stars, like 6 stars or lower, then you just got to use one of these random iron equipments. So depending on what color they are, what attack type they are, you pick that one of those equipments. But yeah, those are really the best equipments. It's really just the 2 gold equipments with this iron equipment, and those are the best TOP equipments. So let's get straight into the TOP star requirements for certain tiers of characters and everything like that. All right, next we got the TOP star requirements here. So yeah, there's a list of all the certain types of characters. So when I talk about the old sparking characters at max stars, it's pretty much like characters that's going to be used for the S and Z tier. You're going to use them for part 2 of the last like 12 fights to get as much points as possible. Zenkai characters, 9 stars plus, 1% new sparkings in a 2-year time frame from now, 7 stars. Free to play sparkings to be maxed just because they're free to play. I'm someone that spends bread and I maxed them out, so you guys should be able to as well. No excuse. New LFs, any like new recent LFs, 6 stars or higher. Now, granted, they won't have that gold equipment, but they'll be fine because they have really good stats. Old LFs, 9 stars plus. Zenkai LFs, just as long as they're Zenkaiable, so 7 stars. Ultras, 5 stars. As long as you have the Ultra character, they're just really powerful. You should be fine. Old EX characters. These are characters that you're going to use for like the S and Z tier boost. You want them at 14 stars, max stars as possible because they have no good stats. Kits. They need as much stats as possible. Zenkai EX, 9 stars plus, and then new EX is 7 stars plus. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the star requirements. Let's talk about the best teams. Start off with Regen Blast, as always. All right, so for Regen Blast, we basically have the backup characters. These are the characters that I'm going to use, but let's get straight to it. So for the Z tier, there's actually 3 characters that I would recommend. You have EX Piccolo, have him number 1. Just the amount of healing he gives for the team is really powerful. Then you have EX Cell, pretty solid character. You got nice debuffs. And then you have EX Nell with the double offensive Z ability. I think they're the best 3 from the Z tier, in my opinion. And then after that, let's go to the S tier. There's a lot of great options this season, which is nice because last season it was pretty bad. My favorite ones is EX Omega, which I'm putting him as one of my main because he's an S tier. Piccolo Jr., Piccolo, I gotta rock him for sure. Then you have other characters like Blue free-to-play Metal Cooler. You do have the EX Metal Cooler here, and you do have the Zenkai Red Cooler. Those are like my favorite 5. You could rock Evil Boo. I seen someone in the comments that recommend like if you rock EX boot, the Zenkai boot tanks with Evil Boo, they both Zenkai each other up, so that's really powerful. Nice synergy there. So if you are rocking Zenkai boot tanks, then this guy is going to be able to get double Zenkai buff or like a half Zenkai buff because it's not the full thing. But those are my favorite tiers from S and Z. Now for the main characters here, I decided to take out First Form Cell just because he is now in C tier, so I don't want to have 4 C tier characters. So I have replaced them and added in Baby Trunks because Baby Trunks is in A tier. Multiple green characters you can rock. You can rock free to play DKP or free to play Zamasu. You should be fine. But he has a great Blast Z ability for the team, so I'm taking him. EX Omega for the S tier boost. And then LF Piccolo, CMZ, and Perfect Form Cell. You guys know what they do. Don't really got to explain much about them. So let's talk about the best characters for each color for this blast-based team. When we're going off red, like I said, you have Zenkai ZMZ, you have Piccolo Jr., Ultra Cell, you have Goku Piccolo, you have Buhan, and then you have Zenkai Red 21 for the blast. Yellow, you have LF Piccolo. Reason why I like rocking LF Piccolo is because he Zenkai buffs the EX Piccolo here, so that's just nice synergy when they're both on the field together. Then you also have Majin Buu Good, Rage Shenron, and then you have EX Metal Cooler, and then free to play Perfect Form Cell. After that, for purple, you don't really got that many blast options. You have Perfect Cell, you have Zenkai Perfect Cell. Then I would say you have like Garlic Jr., free to play metal, LF Metal Cooler, and then free to play Super Buu. Then you have like Light Skin Piccolo, Red Ribbon Armor Piccolo. Green, like I said, if you want to use one of your C tiers for first form Cell, I mean, go ahead. He's an amazing character. Heals 10%, nice debuffs. You also have Baby Trunks. You also have this new Zenkai Zamasu Goku Black. Now they don't buff the regen team, but they have equal stats. Like I said, I focused on their arch boost on the blast side, but the strike side it will be equal. Really good character here, pretty solid, nice stats and everything. So they're a really good option as well. Then you have Cryhan, Omega Shenron, Evil Buu, free to play, DKP. Those are like my favorite ones. So Baby Trunks, Cell, Zamasu Goku Black, Cryhan, Omega, Evil Buu, and then free to play DKP. Just be careful of rocking too many C tiers. And then last will be blue. Super Baby 2 is absolutely core, must have on a regen team. Then you have good options. Like I said, you have free to play Metal Cooler, you have second form Cell, you have Buu Tanks, you have Omega EX. Those are like my favorite ones. You have LF Kid Buu as well for the main 6 for blue. So yeah, that's for Region Blast. Let's hop into the next team. All right, next I got Strike-Based Region. I think Strike-Based Region is getting better over time. I think they actually got a viable green Strike-Based character, possibly, that's not in the C tier spot with Zenkai Green Zamasu. So let's get straight into it. So the backup character is pretty much the same. EX Piccolo, I think he's the best one, but you do have Perfect Cell, and then you have Nail as the 2 and 3 options. And then S tier, pretty much the S tiers, all the good S tiers are blast based, so you're just gonna have to pick a blast based character, which is fine. You know, sometimes that happens. Regen is more of a blast based team than strike based teams, or like their best characters. The best strike based characters are all in C tier, so you pretty much gonna have to rock a blast because they just have more units. So PJ, EX, Omega, Blue Final Form. I mean, free to play Cooler, EX Cooler, and then you have Zenkai Cooler. Those are like my top 3. And I'm in top 5, and then you have OG Piccolo. You can add 6, I guess. Evil Buu, I guess, right? So for the main 6, I have Super Baby 2. He just core for the team healing. CMZ, great damage dealer, heals and stacks blue card. And Evil Buu does the same. I mean, Ultra Kid Buu does the same thing as well. And he also gives his allies extra blue card gauge. Green Zamasu, I mean, like I said, I don't have him max arts on the strike side, but they're pretty much equal stats here. So he's pretty much like the best strike-based green that's not in the boost, that's not in the C-tier boost. So all the other greens are blast-based. And I have Omega just for the S-tier boost. So Garlic Jr. is in the middle because he's not in C-tier and he's the B-tier. He gives great support, so that's pretty nice. So for the best characters for each color, though, red-wise, let's get straight to it. We have CMZ, strike-based. You have Zenkai Omega, that's okay. You have LF Zamasu, that's really good. And then I'll also recommend Zenkai Zamasu here, just in case you guys want to do double reds. You guys can do a double Zenkai buff with CMZ, or you can Zenkai buff LF Zamasu. So that's really nice synergy there. And you also have red transforming Cell. That's a really good strike base character, pretty good, pretty solid character. For yellow strike base, the 3 that I like is Ultra Kid Buu, Super Baby 2, and then Zenkai Perfect Cell here. Those are like the top 3 for strike base. Everyone is blast. Purple wise, Garlic Jr. just because he's B tier. You got Zenkai Cell. You also have this Cell that can still work because, I mean, he has more stats on the strike side, so he can work on a strike base team. You do have DKP. I believe he's in A tier. And then you also have the LF Metal Cooler. After that, green, like I said, I think the best green right now is the Zamasu Goku Black, just because he's in the Z tier boost, and then pretty much the other strike-based green would be like Fusion Zamasu, and everybody else is blast-based, like Omega, Baby Trunks, Evil Buu, Free to play DKP, like everyone in the strike blast base. Blue wise, the Super Baby 2 is number one, even though he's blast base. There really isn't no good blues. So I mean, you have Ultra Genema, but you just gotta be careful how many C tier characters you rock on your team. But that's pretty much the main strike base. It's pretty much him doing. I'm pretty iffy on Celza and I'm iffy on Lord Slug. So I mean, if you want to rock them, I guess there are the other two blue strike base options. But I think you pretty much just rock Super Baby 2 and then Omega because he can at least Zenkai buff Omega with his Z ability. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this team. Let's hop into the next team. All right, next we got is Android. So I think for the Z tier spot, I think they're my favorite two, just because I mean this is more blast oriented. So I do have this the Super 17, the EX1, and then EXL. If I was to put a third one, I'll probably do EX15. I'm not sure how good he is individually though. I think he's okay. I think he's solid enough. But I'll put him third, right? So out of the main ones here, I'll probably put them three. After that, we got the S tier. I think S tier, they kind of hold. I think a lot of people rock Androids just because, 13 drops, so they gave a lot of love to Androids, movies, and PO. But the best ones here, I think it's pretty much Cell Jr. for the blast side. You have EXL, and then you have like EX17. You can rock him. He's more strike-based, though, first form. And then the 18 is more strike-based. But you kind of just have to just rock the best individual, right? Right, I rock a strike-based character on my blast team, so for regen. So for the main, it's pretty much the main thing, the same. The only issue is that this guy is now, he is C tier, so I got to make sure I have 3 C tiers instead of 4. So he's C tier. I added in Super 17, MVP 17, and then I have, of course, the 2 healers for my team, 18 and EX Zenkai Cell. And then for my purple, I just rock the A tier of the OG Zenkai 17. Just because that future one is in B tier, so I'm like, I might as well just go for the A tier just to get a little bit more points. You feel me? So we're gonna talk about the best colors for each, best characters for each color. Red for the main 6 here. Like I said, you have Super 17 Ultra Cell. Then you have Zenkai Red 21 tag droids, and then you can add in Super 13. Double offensive Z ability. Zenkai buffs one of your main reds if you want to do double red. And he have Revival Cell as well. Even this free-to-play 18 is actually really good as well. After that, for the Yellow Blast, I mean, like I said, I think EX First Form and then the Majin Buu Saga 18 are number 1 and 2 just because of the support that they give for the team in terms of heals. But after that, you have Gammas. Then you have like the Future 18, and then you have EX 18 free-to-play Cell for the blast side of the things. Purple-wise, you have the LF perfect form cell, and then you have pretty much Future 17, GT 17, and then OG 17. And then this guy is also usable as well, just because he has high stats. Even though he's more strike, he can still be ran on this team. And then green wise, you have first form cell. I think he's number 1. Gamma 1, you do have, I think Magenta's more strike on the team. So it's pretty much first form, Gammas, and then green 21, and then Super 17. While the other ones are strike based. I believe they're strike based too. Yeah, they're more strike. But you can rock them. I mean, equal stats. So you can definitely rock them. I'll say first form them, Gamma 1, green 21. Blue wise for this, I'll do MVP 17. I have to check. I gotta take a look at LF13 stats. I don't know if it's equal, but I think you can also probably put him in there. And then also TOP 18, bro. And then you also have second form. You have second form cell. I think those are the top 4 blues. Just for strike and blast, it's gonna be those 4. After that, that's pretty much it. Let's hop into the next team. All right, next we got strike base androids. I think androids just because they have like a healer support of the LF13. He's supposed to be LF13. I don't have him. I'm still summoning for him, but it's not looking good for me. But yeah, LF13 is in B tier. I actually looked. He's not in C tier, so that does help the team a ton. So that means you do only just have 3. You only have 2 C tiers with the double cells. So yeah, let's get straight to it though. For the backup characters, I decided to go with EXL just because I think he has equal stats, pretty much. Yeah, a little bit more blast, but it's okay. If you guys just want to just pick the best character, I think it's Super 17. But if you just want to go with whatever, it is what it is. S tier wise, I decided to go with the 18 here just because he has to give support depending on who's to the left and the right of her. So that's pretty nice. You also have this cell. He's defensive, but he has a little bit more strike. He has more strike stats than blast, so you guys can rock him. And then I'll say EX17 and then EX Cell Jr. But for the main 6, I have the LF13. This is supposed to be the LF13, even though I did not pull him yet. And then for the other characters, I have First Form Cell just because he gives HP and support for the team. So, you know, you can still use that. For the red, I think red is probably like Android's weakest strike-based color is red. So I have First Transforming Cell just for it because he's an A tier boost. And then I also have Tag 15 and 14 just because they both are green and yellow. So that's pretty nice. I think they're in the B tier. And then you have 2 C tiers of the double purple perfect cells. Just because why not? I mean, they're pretty much the only strike-based ones besides the 18. But the 18 is pretty much role has been replaced by LF13 for strike-based in a sense. If you have them, you might as well rock 13 in the middle. So I decided, hey, for my C tiers, I might as well go with the double purples. They're both strike-based. They can Zenkai buff one each. One of them Zenkai buffs both of them, so that's pretty nice. They're nice synergy. So I decided to add it like that. So for the strike side, let's talk about the best colors for each one replacement-wise, because you know some of you guys might not have summoned for the new 13 and got both the tag 15, 14, and then LF13. So red, I think red is one of their weakest colors though. For the strike side, it's pretty much red Transforming Cell and then Fusion 13 Zenkai. Then you're pretty much looking at a blast-based character. So if you have some weak strike-based, just pick a blast-based character, you'll be fine. Yellow, for the strike-based side, it's pretty much the same thing, 14, 15, and then you also have Perfect Cell if you're looking strike. But if a blast side, I mean, you have the First Form. He's really good, really just vital for the team. Tag Droids, Future 18, Majin Saga 18, but they're all blast. Purple, you have the Zenkai Cell, you have LF Cell, and then it's pretty much Celza. If you're looking at strike side only, it's pretty much them 3. Green, for the strike is Tag 14, 15. Then you're looking at like Android. No, you're looking at Magenta. I put Magenta second. Then you're looking at the new 16 here. And then pretty much all the other ones are blast, like First Form Cell, Gamma 1, Free to Play 18. I mean, she's strike, but I don't think she's top dog for real. Blue is pretty much the LF13. I think he actually has equal stats. And then TOP 18, Zenkai TOP 18. You do have like the Free to Play 13 and then 8er. I think they're pretty solid options. But yeah, I mean I could put them in there, but they're solid options. They're solid options. Gamma's 2, he's okay. Or you just go like MVP 17, just a better blue in general. But yeah, I think the strike-based team is okay for Android, but let's hop into the next team. All right, we got LOE Blast, and they look like they back, bro. They look like they looking real good this season. So let's talk about it. I'll say for the Z tier, I think there's 3 characters that I really like. You have the EX Green Frieza, you have the EX Red Frieza, and then I'll say third would be the EX Blue Cooler here. I think they're the top 3 for Z tier. For the S tier wise though, I think they got some good options. They got EX Metal Cooler, they got Free to Play Metal Cooler, they got Free to Play Final Form Cooler, they got Zenkai Metal Cooler, and then they also have Mecha Frieza. I think they're the top 5 S tiers for LOE this season, which is really nice. And then we can talk about just the main 6 here. So they only have 2 C tier characters. It's going to be Revival Frieza, and then there's also going to be this Frieza just because he gives heals. So I decided to rock them as my main 2 Cs. They pretty much provide the healing for the team, so I actually don't mind that. We also have Chilled in the middle because of the HP he gives, and he Zenkai buffs LF Frieza. Double Zenkai buff for LF Frieza for himself, and then from Chilled. So that's really nice synergy, and they both have high key restore speed, so they both attack first pretty much. LF Frieza also gives support, and it also gives he also nullifies with his green card, can attack first, so that's really nice. AGF guaranteed blue every single match. He could get 2 depending on the remaining enemies, or he can get a guaranteed ultimate card if he has a yellow slot bonus layout card. Then he can change that blue to the ultimate. Really powerful. Then red, I have red DBS Frieza. He also is just really powerful. He gauge, he heals if he lands his blue card, right? Like he builds up his gauge pretty fast, pretty much every other fight. So really powerful, really powerful. That a lot of them are not in the C tier spot, so that really gives the team a lot of breathing room, and they can cook. They're back once again. So let's talk about the best units for each color here. For the blast side, Red to me, I think is DBS Frieza. Then after that, I'll say third form Frieza. And then after that, I would say Metal Cooler. All the other ones are strike based. So after that, we have yellow is going to be Angel Golden Frieza from TOP. Then you have Ella Final Form Frieza. Then you have Metal Cooler. Then you have Zenkai Full Power Frieza. Purple wise is going to be Chilled Lord Frieza. I said Lord Frieza. LF Frieza. Which, I mean, that is his name. That is his name. I think Chilled has equal stats, right? No, he's a little bit more strike. Then it's like Mecha Frieza, then LF Metal Cooler, my bad. Green wise, I have this TOP free to play AGF. Then you have Ultra Frieza, you have Zenkai Cooler. Then you have TOP AGF, and then Final Form Cooler for the Blast side. And then blue wise, you have Zenkai. You have Zenkai Revival Frieza, and then you have free to play Metal Cooler for the Blast. So yeah, look like LOE is back. So really, really good team. Let's hop into the next team. All right, so we have LOE Strike, and LOE Strike is pretty good. They actually got a lot of love this past, I think it's early August. So they got a lot of love. So, I mean, backup, LOE's both Strike and Blast looking pretty good. Backup characters, same characters. It's going to be the green EX, it's going to be red EX Frieza. Green EX Frieza, red EX Frieza, and then the blue EX Cooler here, Final Form Cooler. For the S tier, all the good S tiers are pretty much Blast. You have free to play, Cooler, EX Cooler. You have Mecha Frieza, Zenkai Cooler, and then you have free to play Final Form Cooler. I mean, it's pretty much like the only strike based one is the Pod Frieza and Zenkai Final Form Frieza, the yellow OG one. But I'd rather just rock those other characters, you know. So the main six here, we decided to keep Chill just because he's Zenkai buffs go Frieza, right? I believe, right? I think he does green, he does purple LOE. So yeah, so go Frieza. I mean, go Frieza is gonna get Zenkai buff, which is nice. And then we have Metal Cooler. I mean, he's really the only main strike based red. I mean, there's actually two. You have Chilled as well, not Chilled, but Frost. Unfortunately, he does not Zenkai buff Frost. He does red movies, but Frost gives great healing for the team, so that's really powerful. And then we have AGF, just because there really isn't no good yellow strike base yellow for real. For LOE there isn't. So have him guaranteed blue, and then just a really solid green offensive strike base character is the free to play Cooler. I think he's pretty solid. So yeah, I think they don't really have that many replacements for each color for the strike side. But let's talk about the best units for each color though for strike. Anyways, we're gonna go for red. I think it's Final Form Cooler and Frost. Both of them needs to be on the team. Just one does more damage. The other one is doing support for the team and giving a lots of love. So I think they're really both value. Yellow, like I said, is going to be AGF. LF Frieza. Then you have Metal Cooler. And then you have the full power regular sparking. Purple wise is going to be pretty much going to be Chilled. And then Go Frieza. And then you have LF Metal Cooler. You have UGF as well. Cells could be a thing. Even this Frieza, I mean, he should have he has double offensive Z ability, so that would be pretty nice if you want to add him, but you really don't need to. After that, we have green. Green is probably their weakest color for strike base. It's pretty much going to be this free to play Cooler here, and then it's pretty much this free to play Final Form Frieza. He's more of like a support type of character, and then everybody else is blast based, like Ultra Frieza, Cooler, the TOP AGF. Blue eyes for strike. You have Go Frieza. You have King Cold. If you want to have a little bit more healing, even though he's blast based, you could do Revival Frieza. And then Celza, I mean, they're strike as well, but I just don't think they are warranted. Are they actually in B tier or are they C tier? They're C tier, then absolutely no. I don't know why they think their stats is worth C tier. I think they're okay. I don't think nothing about them is crazy though. They heal, which is nice. I mean, I think they're solid, but I think they're a B tier type of character, in my opinion, B or A. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for strike-based LOE. Let's hop into the next team. All right, next we have a new team. It's gonna be strike-based Future. Now, it's probably gonna be a little bit longer just because it's a different team. But I feel like Future is really broad, and they're actually going to be getting a lot of love because it looks like it's about to be Future themed next. So they're probably going to get an Ultra and a new LF and everything like that. So let's break it down. So reason why Future is a really good team is because they kind of have a main healer for the strike-based side. The new free-to-play Trunks is super valuable for both Hybrid Strike and Future Strike. You guys see his main thing here at the end of turn second turn, my God. Everyone around him, if he's in the middle, heals by 3% and gets 20 damage inflicted and debuffs. That is actually really powerful. So, pretty much for every LOE team. I mean, like, and then he also is giving his gauge to his allies. That's really powerful. That actually makes this CMZ even more valuable because now he can get pretty much up to, if there's 4 turns in that fight, he can get almost his gauge every single fight, which is nuts. That's actually insane. Nice synergy there. So little things like that. And he also is a newer event exclusive character, so he has high stats. So he is pretty much going to be core for the strike base and strike base hybrids and strike base future. So I put him in the middle. Now, when it comes to the other characters, I don't have all the future characters, but I'm building my team more PO future, right? And it's because of this guy. He's one of the Z tier characters, and he gets extra damage and reduction of damage if he's paired up with future PO members, depending on how many. So if he's in the field, he's going to be paired up with 4 other characters. So then he'll be able to get extra 10% extra damage and reduction of damage. And then he's also going to give buffs to future PO characters, so they're going to do more damage. So my team is really based off him being all future PO, and a lot of the region characters are PO future. So it makes sense for my build. Another good character you guys could do is EXL. He's a character that I've rocked. He's done pretty solid. You guys could rock this Mai. I think she'll be all right just because she gives support for strike damage for the team. So I'll probably put her third. Now when it comes to the S tier, you got some decent S tier options. I think the best one is Green Shredder Trunks. After that, I mean, this red Goku Black is fine. Even though he's blast based, I think he's like the second best. Then after that, I'll probably do the first form Cell. And then everybody else is kind of like all right, in my opinion. But yeah, for the main 6 here, like I said, I have the Super Saiyan free-to-play Trunks. Get him to 14 stars immediately. If you guys, for your C tier characters, if you guys have Ultra Rose, have Ultra Rose on your team. I do not have Ultra Rose. Ultra Rose will be phenomenal. He gets a guaranteed, blue card every single fight. So if you have him, rock him. I do not have Ultra Rose. CMZ will be the next character I rock because he pretty much can get a guaranteed blue card every single fight. He gets 90%, so that's really powerful. So pretty much every fight, he's pretty much going to be about to get an ultimate or blue card or ultimate card, which is pretty nuts. After that, for my other C tier character, I decided to go with LF Cell. Even though he's range type, he has equal stats, and none of his abilities talks about gaining more blast attack than strike. So he's good on both ends. So I really do like that a lot about him. After that, I think the worst color for future is yellow. I don't think I'm missing any other yellow future characters. So I think yellow future strike base is like their worst color. So I decided to go with the Zenkai Cell. Like I said, I have a lot of regen characters, so he kind of fits with his regular Z ability. And he's actually pretty solid. He heals. He slowly builds up his gauge. I think he's okay. I think he's an okay character. Really good, solid character as a A tier. So why not have him? And then for this spot here, your last character is really a flex spot. You have so many characters to choose from because you can Zenkai buff whoever you want to. So for example, I added in Red Zamasu. Now individually this character is not good, but I think just because he can get double Zenkai buff by him and CMZ, that's a nice synergy. And CMZ will get double Zenkai buff by him and himself, so that does more damage, more tanking, so that's great synergy. You guys can also do someone like Zenkai Perfect Cell. You guys can use him to Zenkai buff this Perfect Cell. You guys want to do double purples. If you guys want to Zenkai buff this blue Trunks, you guys can go with Sword of Hope Trunks because he buffed blue Vegeta Clan. If you guys want to Zenkai buff, say Ultra Rose, you guys can have him because this new Zenkai buffs Green Future and he's going to be in the B tier, so you're not rocking you're not rocking a Zenkai buffer from C tier as well. You guys can do that. So I think your last option for the main 6, it kind of is a flex spot depending on what you want to do. You guys can put CMZ here and just get double Zenkai buffs with them. It kind of just, there's so many options to choose from the last spot here depending on what you want to go. I think he does green hybrid, so that's not going to work. But like I said, you have, this guy is a nice Zenkai buffer. You guys have Sword of Hope Trunks. You guys have the Red Zamasu. You guys have Perfect Cell here, the Zenkai Perfect Cell. So I think the last color here, it kind of just depends on what you want to do. So for me, I just decided to go B tier. You guys could do even Trunks and mine. Now the issue is, since he gets extra buff from POs, that's why I decided to go with Zamasu instead of Trunks and mine. But Trunks and mine overall is a really good character. Heals, gives support for their allies and everything. So I think they're a better overall better character. But it's gonna hurt this character in terms of who he pairs up with for extra boost and damage and stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it with the strike-based team. Let's talk about the best colors, best units for each colors for the strike side. I don't know how I feel about the blast yet, but I think the strike side was way better since now they got this Trunks, for sure. I think he's support type, so he could rock on the blast side, but he just caters more to the strike and everything like that. So let's go here. For the Z tier, like I said, I already talked about the Z tiers. So for the red, yeah, we have CMZ, we have, man, Trunks and Mai, you have LF Zamasu, and then you have Zenkai Zamasu. You even have Rose, because Rose is a good Zenkai buffer and stuff. And then you also have Red Transforming Cell. Those are like my favorite from the strike side of things. Then after that, you have Yellow. I think Yellow is the weakest color. Zenkai, Perfect Cell. Some people, I don't think Rose is worth. I think a lot of his kit it requires him for him to get hit. So I'll probably say after them, maybe Future 18, and then maybe Trunks Vegeta. I think they're just better yellow characters, in my opinion. After that, purple, you have multiple purple options. You have Perfect Cell, you have Zenkai Perfect Cell. There are equal stats, so you guys can rock Gohan Trunks if you guys want to. If you have more of like a Heroes Hybrids type of setup, you guys can do that. But I think those are like the best ones for strike. I'm not too sold off this LF Rose, so. And I don't know if I'm missing any other purple futures on my box. Green wise, like I said, Ultra Rose. You do have the new Goku Black Zamasu Assist. You do have Future Trunks, the Zenkai, and then everybody else. I mean, then you also have like free to play Zamasu. I think they're okay, but I think they're like my top three is those three. Blue wise, of course, you have that free to play Trunks. You have Sorta Hope Trunks. Red, I'm talking about Ultra UVB. I totally forgot about UVB. I do not have UVB, so I totally forgot about him. I do apologize for that. I can't believe I forgot about UVB. Blue wise, like I said, I don't have every character, so free to play Trunks, Sorta Hope Trunks. You have LF Grunks. Am I missing any other blue? This guy is pretty solid if you want another support character, but I think he's just way better. Any other blue future characters I'm missing? I don't think so. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this team. This is a really long section, but new team. If you guys have rock future, or if you guys have, or I'm missing somebody, just comment down below. But I know I'm missing some characters, so I'm trying to remember them all. And future is a team I never really talk about too much, and I tried to, but I was more blast than strike. So, but I think the strike side could be a really good TOP team. So if you guys are a future main, give this team a go. Give it like this type of iteration a go, and you should be pretty solid. So let's hop into the next team. All right, next we have is going to be strike-based Vegeta Clan. This is more so for people that has Ultra Majin Vegeta. I don't know how good the team is without Ultra Majin Vegeta. I think he's just that big of a difference compared to LF Gogeta Blue. So I'll try to make the team for you guys. I know some people rock Vegeta Clan because they be competent. So for the Z tier though, they actually have a good Z tier character. They got Kid Trunks. I think he's pretty solid. The fact that he can transform helps with stats and damage. So I think he is by far the best one. All the other ones I do not recommend. After that, we have S tier. I have the Green Shredder Trunks, double offensive Z ability stats, really nice. Some other good characters here I think is okay is the Zenkai Majin Vegeta. Excuse me. I think he's okay. You have the Coat Vegeta for support and HP for the team. And then this Vegeta is pretty solid. I mean, his whole thing is he gets hit for him to heal up a lot. So I kind of put him fourth. But I think they're like my favorite four that I like. You guys could do the Trunks here, but a lot of his support is based off GT. So take that with the, you know, make sure you guys are remembering that. And then this EX Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta is also pretty okay as well. Now come to the main six. I have Bullet Vegeta. They're kind of like the support in terms of damage and healing wise. I have also the Majin Buu Saga Vegeta. I think he's pretty solid damage dealer. Nice little support of healing and damage support for their allies. I kind of use him as my secondary support character, and everybody else is just straight offense. So, for the best yellow, I don't have Ultra Maz Vegeta. They're not summoned for him, but he'll be your main yellow. Blue wise, I decided to go with Sorta Hope Trunks. Actually, I might actually. Oh, shoot, should I just put Trunks? Like, now, granted, now that new Trunks, he doesn't buff Vegeta Clan. He doesn't buff Vegeta Clan, but it's like he does future hybrid event exclusive. But it's like, shoot, I might as well add him in there instead of them, right? Am I tripping? They healed them twice. I mean, that's still a nice buff, though. That's still a nice buff. That's still 4%. That's still pretty nice, though. You're kind of just... Then what you can do here, then, instead of having this Vegeta, I think this Vegeta heals 1% twice. Yeah, 1% twice in damage. And shoot, I might have to add Trunks here. You might have to do a double blue. I might do that. I guess it kind of depends. Now you kind of have to fight. All right, like who do you want to have in the middle, right? That's kind of the main question now. So I think what you do here is you probably add these guys up top and have some type of setup like this. Even though he doesn't buff Vegeta Clan, I mean, if you have a lot of Trunks on the team, he's still gonna have a good amount of buffs. I do like this. I like this a little bit more. Yeah, I do like this a lot. Like a lot, actually. Because he gets Zenkai buffed by this sort of whole Trunks. Green. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Hold on. All right, so let's talk about the best colors for each one. Because I know I missed some characters from Vegeta Clan. My bad for losing the train of thought there. But red, you have LF Super Vegeta. You have Trunks and Mine just because of the support and healing that they give. They give support for their allies, but they heal themselves by 5%, which is really nice. You also have characters like LF 8 Vegeta. Then Zenkai Maz Vegeta is actually pretty okay, especially since they're in the S tier. That's that helps with extra points. Yellow odds is like Ultra Maz Vegeta. Then it's like LF Gogeta Blue, and then it's pretty much Trunks Vegeta. That's pretty much the best 3 yellows for strike. Purple wise, Bulla Vegeta. You do have Blue Boys. You do have LF Grunks. Those are like my favorite. And then you have Green Shredder Trunks. Green wise, the best green is Diamond Vegeta. I just don't have Diamond Vegeta. But after that, LF Super Saiyan Trunks. You have Tag Force, Drip Trunks. Those like my favorite 4. And then you probably do like LF Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but I don't know. Blue wise, I'm gonna put him number 1, Super Saiyan Trunks. Shoot, I think he could work on this team, makes this team way better. You have Sorta Hope Trunks. He can Zenkai buff that Trunks, which is nice. Then you also have Fusion Vegeta. You have LF Grunks for the strike side of the team. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the Vegeta Clan strike based team. So this Trunks, forgot that he's part of Vegeta Clan. Shoot, let's hop into the next team. Right, next we have is going to be movies, and I'm not gonna lie, this Trunks is probably one of the more valuable characters in TOP. I forgot this guy's in movies. He's on Future, Hybrids, Movies, Vegeta Clan, and hold on. Future, Vegeta Clan, Movies, Hybrids, and then you could do event exclusive as well. This guy's everywhere, bro. Now, I mean, like, he don't buff movies with his Z ability, but it's like you can run him. And like there's so many different movie setups. I have a really good movies hybrids team, so it's kind of like I could still use them in a sense because like a lot of my best characters are hybrids. But there's so many. The movies team is just so broad, bro, and he can be ran on it. He doesn't buff the team, but he's part of the team. It's crazy, and I'm gonna ride it because like his whole thing is like it doesn't even matter who his allies is. It just says allies in range. It doesn't say they gotta be certain tags. Allies in range, and he's part. He is movies. Like literally, his thing is movies. Sagas from the movies, like Vegeta Clan hybrids, Future, event exclusive movies. Like that's nuts. This guy got it all, bro. I'm just gonna put them in the middle. Why not, right? Why not? So let's talk about the Z tiers. They got a lot of great Z tiers for this season for movies. You have the EX Green, EX Freezer, the EX Cooler. You have Bowser. If you guys want to add in the Cooler, his value goes up. You have the Bardock. He's more blast based, but he's still really solid. I think they're like my favorite four movie characters for the Z tier spot. You do have like the E like Boujin and Beetle. I think they're okay, but for sure them four. S tier wise, a lot of S tier. You got Days, you got Zenkai, man, Zenkai Tapion, you have Broly and Chila, you have Almond, you have free to play Metal Cooler, you have free to play Final Form Cooler, you have Videl, you have Hero Tapion, you have EX Metal Cooler, you have EX Gohan, you have EX Goku, you have EX Red Turtles, you have EX Broly. You got a lot of characters. You got a lot of characters in this S tier, and the movies is just might be one of the best teams just because of how broad their team is. It's really hard for them to hold movies, for real. It really is hard. Let's talk about the main characters here. There's so many tags, so many sub tags of movies. PO, hybrids, Saiyans. You just got so many different ones. So I'm not going to talk about. I have more of like a hybrids, PO, hybrids, movies, PO type of team. So a lot of my team is going to center around this hybrids characters and PO characters. So, but I'm going to talk about every unit for each color because I think that's just the best bet. Because there's so many options and so many combinations. I could be on this section about this team specifically for 20 minutes, breaking down different setups and stuff. But I can't do that. But movies is such a. That's why I don't even do Sans because Sans is so broad. That's why I don't make Sans because I could talk about Sans for hours. But let's just talk about the best reds. You got Pan, you have Beast, not Beast, you have Nerdhan, you have Red Beast, you do have Transforming Red Broly, you have Zenkai Cooler. You have Great Saiyaman 1 just for a Zenkai buff, Hero Tapion for a Zenkai buff. So lots of great reds for the strike base side. Next, yellow, you have Ultra Beast. I do not have Ultra Beast, but I still think he's just by far the best yellow. After that, you do have 14, 15. I think they're pretty solid characters. You have Hero Tapion. You have Zenkai Gogeta Blue. You have Transforming Gogeta Blue. You have Gotenks. Lasik and Raisin, I think they're okay. I think they're pretty solid characters for sure. I think they're really good options for yellow as well for the strike side. And then after that, you got Purple. You have Garlic Jr. You have Day. You have Ultra Gogeta Blue. UGF. You have Ultra DBZ Broly. Don't have him. You have LF Zenkai Blue Bros. You have LF Metal Cooler. Oh my goodness, bro. So many characters. Green, you do have. I think green is their weakest color still. You have Almond. You have LF Super Saiyan God Goku. I think he's number one. You have Magenta. That's really solid. You have this free to play Cooler. That's pretty solid. I think Videl is okay as a support. You have Drip Trunks. That's pretty solid. You have LF Dragonfish Goku. Those are like my favorite greens. Am I missing any other greens? Maybe, but I just can't remember. Next, after that, we have blue. You have the Trunks here, free-to-play Trunks. You have Blue Beast. You have USG. You have Ultra Janemba. You have Turles. I think he might be more blast, but I think his stats are pretty close to each other. And I think those are like my favorite blues. All the other blues are okay, in my opinion. Like LFD, BZ, Broly, DBS Broly. You have Aider. You have free-to-play 13. I think they're okay. I just think there's a big gap, but lots of characters for movies. You kind of just have to just look at your movie's sub type of team and kind of build it around there. But there's just so many options for movies. So, yeah, that's pretty much it there. Let's hop into next tag. All right, next we have is Stripe Base GT. Excuse me, sorry about that. So, yeah, for the backup characters, I just think just get the best overall backup character, which I think is EX Super 17. If I was to pick someone next, I'd probably say EX Shin, just because he's a support type. But yeah, after that, you have S tier. There's a lot of great options for S tier. I think there's four that I like. You have EX Omega. You have the EX Green Trunks. You have EX Oob, and then you have Zenkai Super Saiyan Vegeta. Depending on what you want to do, I mean, I think the value one is EX Omega and then EX Super Saiyan Vegeta, just because he's Zenkai buffs Yellow GT. So if you have him and Nova, they both Zenkai buff each other. If you have the EX Omega, he can get Zenkai buff by Super Baby 2. So I think they're the two most valuable. But let's start with the main 6, Super Baby 2 and Bull of Vegeta for the support and healing for the team, or just, you know, the double healing for the team for survivability. And everybody else is just damage. So still one of the only single like offensive greens for GT still is the Tag Force. After that, for red, I did the Kid Goku just because he's in A tier. So kind of helps with points for the team. And then after that, I have Nova. Nova has he's just a really good kid. I mean, he can nullify, strike, and blast once. He slowly builds up his gauge. He heals himself. Slowly builds key recovery. So really powerful for TOP for the team. So I think he's just not a character that's like Super Baby 2 or Forku that's always in C tier. I think he's a valuable B tier character. And then, like I said, I have Omega just for the S tier vibes, or you can do the Zenkai Super Saiyan Vegeta for the double Zenkai buff for him and Nova together. Or you guys can use the C tier with the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so Super Baby 2 and the Super Saiyan 3 Goku can both get double Zenkai buff. It kind of just depends on what you want to do. If you want that, you guys can do that as well. I'll keep it like that. It's more strike based for the team. But for more points, you want to go Omega. So best colors for each unit. Best units for each color. My goodness, I keep messing that up. Red is pretty much Kid Goku, and then Zenkai Omega, and then Oob for strike-based side of the team. I know Ultra Vegeta 4 is a thing. I just don't know how close his stats is with Strike and Blast, so I'm not going to mention them. Yellow is going to be Nova. It's going to be Zenkai Shin, Super Baby 2, Forku, and then you do have Roto. So I think those are the best yellows for the team. Super 17 free to play will probably be 6. Purple wise is UG4, Bull of Vegeta. This character is blast based, right? Yeah, so UG4, Bull of Vegeta, Celza. Everybody else is blast. After that, you do have green. I think even 17, I think he has equal stats, 17, right? Yeah, pretty equal stats, but I think his Z ability is more blast, that's why. Yeah, and then after that, you have green. It's pretty much Tag Force and LF Gogeta 4. Still, then after that, you have for blue, Super Baby 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Celza, and then, you have the Universe Spirit Bomb Goku, he has equal stats, and then Omega is Blast. So, yeah, that's pretty much it with the strike side of GT. Let's hop into the Blast. Alright, so for next we have GT Blast. So, granted, I actually can switch this team up a bit. Where you at, boy? Shoot, why not? Alright, cool. So for the Z tier, it's pretty much going to be the same. EX17 for Z tier. If the second best one will probably be EX Shin. Then after that, for S tier, you have the LegendsNEWZ Trunks, GT Trunks. You have Omega. And you also have not Super Baby 2, you have Oob, and then you also have Super Saiyan, the Zenkai Super Saiyan Vegeta. So me personally, I probably might take him out. Maybe add him in there just for extra points wise, since we have 4 C tier units. I cannot do that. Nope. What do I want to do? How do I want to do this? I can't do that. We'll take him out for now. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so then after that, for my C tiers, I have Super Baby 2, Super 17, Omega. I don't have Vegeta 4. Purple wise, I just went with double purples. I went with GT 17 and Bull of Vegeta. But you have multiple different options that you guys can run on the team. But this is for like just me personally, just for an extra S tier boost with the Super Saiyan Vegeta. I could have did it where I just have one purple. Maybe I'll just take out him. And then I can get more points with, I can do 1 point with Omega here and do that. I could definitely do that. It just depends on like your setup and your stars. But I'm gonna talk about the best units for each color though. So for the blast side of GT, I think number 1 is Ultra Vegeta 4. I don't have him. I did not summon for him. After that will be Super 17. Then it'll be Super Saiyan Goku. Then it'll be free to play Super Saiyan Goku. Then free to play Shinron. Yellow wise. For the team, it's going to be Zenkai Super Saiyan Vegeta. You have Raid Shinron. You have Zenkai Shin for the blast side, and everyone else is pretty much strike. In my opinion, pretty much strike options. Purple is going to be the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Then it's going to be GT 17, and then it's going to be Bull of Vegeta. After that, it's gonna be green. I think did they give any love to greens for the team? No, right? Did they drop a regular Sparking for the team? GT Goku banner? No. No, they didn't. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, so it's still Zenkai, it's still LF Omega, and then you're pretty much looking at Baby Trunks, and you're looking at Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, then Super 17, Zenkai Super 17. Blue Eyes is pretty much going to be Super Baby 2 Zenkai Universe Spirit Bomb Goku, and then it's EX Omega for the blast side of the team. So yeah, that's pretty much it with this. Let's hop into the next tag. All right, next we have is Blast Base Uni Reps. So for the backup, I mean, these are just by far the two best backup characters for Z tier this season. EX Topo, EX Dispo. Everybody else kind of just don't really compete just because they're just really old TOP units, right? Like these characters are around like 2019, right? So it's like they're really old characters. After that, well, are they? Yeah, they're 2019, right? Yeah, they're in 2019. Then after that, S tier, I mean, your best one is Kaba, and then it's EX Bergamo, EX Champa, and then EX Jiren. Those are like my favorite four from S tier. And then for the main six here, since we have two Z tier units, if you do have both the EX Dispo and Topo, I was like, you know what, I can add in 4 C tiers just because we have a lot of points and we can be a little bit more flexible. I can show you guys one where we have 3 C's if you guys want to show that. It's pretty much just be replacing LF MUI Goku and just adding in Bergamo for HP and stuff. That's pretty much would be the only difference. So if you're really trying to get as much points as possible, you can do that. But I decided, hey, why not? And like we have 2 Z tier and then we have an S tier on our side, so we'll be straight. So yeah, MVP 17, we have the TOP AGF just for the heals. Then after that we have TOP, we have LF Jiren because I did not pull the Super Saiyan Blue LF Vegeta, and I did not pull the Red Kaba, so I don't have him either. Yellow is still gonna be AGF just because he is a B tier unit, so that helps with amount of like just less C tier units. And then like I said, for Red we have LF MUI, but we could take him out and add in Bergamo for HP. Ooh, I'm tired. All right, so next for the best units for each color. For the blast side of things, red is pretty much going to be Kaba, LF MUI, and Bergamo, in my opinion, for the blast. Yellow is going to be Ultra MUI Goku, Ultra Kaioken Goku, you have AGF, and then Evo. That's pretty much my top 4. For purple, yellow, and then purple wise is going to be the Evo Vegeta, Jiren, LF Jiren, and then you have LF UI Sign Goku. Green wise is going to be TOP Frieza. I mean, you do have Rev UI, you do have Zenkai God Topo, and then you do have Evoken for the blast side of green. And then blue, you have pretty much you could do Kale if you want to be if you want her as your healer. Someone that's not in the C tier spot, you can rock EX Kale, LF MVP 17, and then someone that has equal stats will be TOP 18 for Strike and Blast. But yeah, let's hop into the strike side of TOP or Uni Reps. All right, so we have strike base Uni Reps, and I think this is just a better team. They have less characters in the C tier spots, so that helps us a ton. So backup characters, same Dispo and EX Dispo, EX Topo. After that, we have the S tier. Good S tier options is going to be Kaba. It's going to be EX Jiren, EX Bergamo, EX Champa. The EXs are going to thrive a little bit better here just because there's more strike, some more strike tech Z abilities. Makes them do more strike damage. After that, we have the main 6. So we have Jiren in the middle just because he gives support and he's favored on the strike side just based off his stats. Gives support in terms of support damage and support healing. Same thing with Frost is support damage and support healing. And everybody else is kind of just doing damage. So we have Kaioken Goku. He's kind of like the strike version of UGF where he gets a guaranteed blue card every match, which is nice. He doesn't get the ultimate because he doesn't have an ultimate card in his kit. So that's unfortunate. But we have Go Frieza as our main offensive blue and purple. We have TOP 18 because he Zenkai buffs Go Frieza, so that's nice. And then we have Kale and Caulifla as our green and yellow characters because I did not for some reason that's the only character I was able to pull off part 1 of the 7th anniversary. So that kind of that's nice. That's nice. But yeah, let's talk about the best units for each color though. For the strike side, I think they have a little bit more options than the blast. For the red side, you have LFMUI Goku, you have Ultra Hit, you have Frost, you have Bergamo, you have Casserole. After that, you do have yellow. I think yellow blast is a little bit better, but you have Ultra Kaioken and then Kale Caulifla. And pretty much everybody else is going to be yellow, like Ultra MUI. Not Ultra MUI, Ultra UI. For the blast side, I meant to say UI, not Ultra MUI. That should be a card that's coming soon, though. Ultra UI, then you have like AGF, and everything like that. All on the blast side. Purple strike base is pretty much going to be free to play Jiren and Go Frieza. All the other ones are blast, like Evo Vegeta, LF Jiren, LF UI sign. Green, you do have LF Kefla, the new LF Kefla. You have Kale Caulifla. You do have Kiawe. I think they're like my favorite strike base greens. Is them 3. And all the other ones are blast. Then after that for blue, it's going to be LF transforming MUI Goku. Then it's going to be TOP 18. And then it's like 17 in Kale Caulifla. EX Kale. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the Unirupt strike. Let's hop into the last tag, hybrids. All right, last tag we have is going to be hybrids. So for the Z tier, I think there's actually three really good Z tiers. If you just don't care about it being like all straight blast or straight strike, then I would just say the best overall 2 is Transforming Kid Trunks and then the EX Purple Gohan from the Saiyan Saga. I think they're just the best 2. Then after that, you have the S tier. S tier, I think there's a few good ones here. You have the Purple Sweater Trunks, double offensive Z ability. So even if he's on the blast side, he's still giving support for the team because he contributes to the blast with his Z ability. You have that EX Movies Gohan there at the bottom. You have EX Goten double offensive Z ability. And then you have the GT Trunks. I think he's okay. He gives a little bit, he's not as valued on the hybrids team compared to GT. And then I'll probably give the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth probably last for the blast side. Now, when it comes to the main 6 here, I decided to go with Pan, of course, because pretty much all the best characters is Gohan characters. Now, for the green, if you do have Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he's the best green. Purple-wise, I went with Ultimate Gohan. For the main healer, for the blast side, it's still the Saiyan Saga Gohan, just because he gives nice support. It's really similar to the what's the name? I think he heals a little bit more than I think they heal the same. His name is Second Turn. They do heal by 10%. I think the thing with the Trunks is he cancels buff effects, downgrades and stuff. Downgrades and everything, attribute downgrades and stuff. And then, but same thing though. They both give support. So this guy's more on the blast side. Trunks will be on the strike side. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Since we have 2 Z tiers with an S tier of Goten on the team, let's just add in another Z tier. So I just added in Trunks Vegeta. Just a character that's really nice, gives support, and it's just a great offensive damage dealer for the team. If you guys want to change it up, you guys could put Nerdhan here because he has double offensive Z ability for the team. He'll be a B tier unit. If you guys want to do that, you can't go wrong with that. You guys want to add in a yellow, you have Ultra Beast. Even though he's strike base, he still just works because he's just that powerful. You guys do have Gotenks too as well if you guys want to just add in another yellow. But you know, we have Goten there, so either one. You guys can do Gotenks here as your main red. You guys can do Nerdhan. You guys can do TV. You guys can do Ultra Beast. Shoot, it don't really matter. You guys can even do LF Grunks, right? That's really a flex spot. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the blast side of hybrids. Let's hop into the last side of the team, which is strike. I'm gonna catch you guys there. All right, last is strike base hybrids. So this guy's supposed to be Ultra Beast. He's not a good character for this, unless he gets a Zenkai. If he gets a Zenkai this future theme, then you know he's gonna be better. But his regular stuff now kind of sucks. Stinky. But yeah. Anyways, so for the backup characters, still gonna be Kid Trunks and the Gohan. I just think they're just the best overall for the Z tier. Third best will probably be this Gotenks there. For the S tier, you have good options like the Green Sweater Trunks. You have Goten because they both have double offensive Z abilities. And then you also have the Super Saiyan Team Gohan there. I think they're like my favorite 3 S tiers this season. And then when it comes to the main 6 here, you have 2 support options. Really, you guys can either keep Bull of Vegeta, or you guys can do Super Saiyan Trunks. They're both are really good options. Me personally, I think I kind of like the Trunks more. He gives support to key recovery and special move gauge. And I think since he's a newer unit, he has just better stats in terms of like damage wise, reduction damage, and then reducing the enemies, his allies like downgrades and abnormal conditions is really powerful. And then extra damage and healing by 3. Even though he heals, I believe he heals less than Bull of Vegeta because they do 4. I think overall he's just a better character, so I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna put him as my main. You don't want to have too many support characters. You don't want to have Pan, Bull of Vegeta, and what's the name? You could do that though. You definitely can have 3, like just people that gives damage to their allies. But I think 2, you kind of want to have 2 at max, and then everybody else does damage. So after that, I decided to go with Nerd Han just because I don't want to add too many C tier units to my team. So Nerd Han is always in B instead of Red Transforming Beast. Then I have Blue Beast. If I had Ultra Beast, he would be my main yellow here. And then after that, for the flex spot, I decided to go with the Trunks just because there's more S tier points. But if you don't really care about the S points, then you can just go for the C tier and it's get like, say, Ultra Super Saiyan Team Gohan from the blast side, or you guys can do Red Beast, or you guys can have Ultra. Like I said, this is supposed to be Ultra Beast, or you guys could even do. That'll be the main 2, bro. Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, or even the LF Super Saiyan Trunks here, or LF Grunks, or you guys could just have another purple with like, and put him in there, put LF Gohan, Ultimate Gohan. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the video with this team. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and rough, and I'm out. Peace. I'm tripping. I'm absolutely tripping. I forgot the best colors for each unit. That's how tired I am. But anyways, let's go. Let's talk about the Reds. The Reds is pretty much Pan, Nerd Han, Red Transforming Beast. That's funny though. Yellow, I have Beast, Yellow Beast, Goten, and then Fat Gotenks. And then after that, purple wise, it's pretty much Bull of Vegeta, LF Grunks. Damn, that's pretty much it. And then green Sweater Trunks. And then green wise is going to be, even though he's blast based, LF Super Saiyan Team Gohan, Ultra Super Saiyan Team Gohan, my bad. Then you have LF Super Saiyan Trunks. And then it's pretty much Drip Trunks after that. And then like EX Gohan and Trunks. Blue wise is going to be the Super Saiyan Trunks. Then you have Soda Hope Trunks. Then you have Blue Beast. And yeah, that's pretty much it with the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and rough. And I'm out. Peace. I'm for real this time. Peace.